Alright, so this is Team Battle Sejuani, or Jeje, whatever I will call her during this game by mistake or just by the way my voice is through that little tongue thing. Anyways, right off the bat, I use basically the same build I showed in my jungle video. 021, 9, attack speed red, armor yellow, armor blues, and movement speed quints. She's got a lot. She can take a lot of variety in her build. However, I quickly learned that she's very reliant on her leash. Unless I take cloth armor, I'm going to take a beating. And if I didn't get a leash, I would die. As you'll see, I start off with boots, but I don't get the best leash I could get, and my health is dropping. Like, when I do blue right now and I don't get the best leash, I'm like, man, this is gonna hurt her jungle. I mean, her jungle's gonna hurt really bad. So, unfortunately, I end up just clearing this out. I'll get red too, because I use a potion. I realize, wait, I just wasted the damn thing. So I risk it. I get the red and go home. I buy regrowth pendant and the potion. Now, what you'll see through the course of this game is me learning Sejuani. Like, I could read what she does, and through the spotlight and whatever, I get a sense of what she can do. I never figured she'd do any damage or she'd be a murder machine or anything. I figure she's going to be an enabler type character, where she makes other people do things, where she, is like a support. Anyways, top and mid are pushed to hell. Sona has 3 wards, so I think they haven't warded, but I assume because they got first blood, she went back and bought more wards and put one there, so that's why they backed off. Riven obviously jumped me, so I go into her jungle and just search around to see if she's taking everything in a timely manner. And I want to test out how she ganks. So I steal the Wraith, and I want to see just how much damage she can do. Not really do anything here, just want to see. So I hit him with Frost, I'm like, man, that is pitiful. So, like, my whole idea that she's going to be an enabler type character is pretty much confirmed right there. No damage, so I'm going to have to get my teammates to get the kills. So, since top lane likes pushing his tower and I won't be able to gank for him, and mid is Vlad versus Kassadin and nobody has any hard CC, and Kassadin's almost going to reach level 6. Yeah, that's my only option is to get a level 6 myself and hope my ultimate is as badass as I think it's going to be. So I'm going to try to gank bottom too, and by doing a whole good old ambush gank. Well, sadly I think they have this warded because they're not approaching anything, so I back off. I'll get my blue. I'll almost have my ultimate and enable some awesome ganks. Also, I'm sorry if I breathe a little bit more. My medicine's been gone, so I got none of that. Anyways, here's where I do another one of my tests. I want to see how much punishment I can take. Probably a bad idea to do versus Riven, because she hurts like a bitch. So she wails on me, and I just try to hurt her. I'll pop her ultimate, I'm like, yeah, I gotta back the hell off. But she gives up the chase, and I get off scot-free. So now, just clearing the jungle, I grab my red, and this is really risky. The reason I took red was because I didn't want Riven to take it, but then I went to small golems, and if Riven was even coming to my red and decided to check my small golem, she would have killed me and taken my buffs anyways. So that was kind of a suicidal moment for me. Anyways, Kassadin is mid, and I try to go to see if I can do anything to him. Obviously I can't. I miss my Q. So I'm just trying to get a feel for her. Like, ganking is really difficult right now, and so I just go to get top right now. The minions are pushed, and there's likely a ward, so I might as well try for bush gank. There's really nothing I can do because the lanes are pushed. Bottom is losing, so here's what I try. The ultimate. I'm gonna try the ultimate for the first time, and I'm hoping Renekton stuns her, and I could shoot her with my ultimate, or she gets in a position for me. So stunned. Ultimate nailed her. And we pound on her, but Riven comes in and saves her. Like, we do Salah damage, so I force myself to like flash in, and Lizard actually picks it up. However, though it doesn't work out properly, I end up dying with Renekton, and Riven gets a double kill, and it's Riven, so that's not a good thing. Anyways, I think I'm Shyvana and use my W to move faster. Vladimir picks up the kill and bounty on Riven, so not all is lost. My blue respawns again, and I'm just waiting for my ultimate to pop back up. I really have nothing to do at the moment. Like, dude, there's wards everywhere. That Sona just has everything. But however, she's going to ward something, and that means she doesn't have a ward in the tri-bush. And me and Graves just pincer her. If it was just Graves, she would have lived. But I was in the right place at the right time. Now this next one was like a pretty awesome ult. I'm loving this ult so far. However, Vladimir decides to go, suicidal and dives. He barely lives, so I'm behind the wall just waiting to intercept anybody that takes the bait and tries to fight him. Top lane, they kill Renekton, but they're both super low. However, though, I'm reasoning as I'm getting there, should I even go for it? Sejuani doesn't have a lot of killing power, no finishers. So I decided to back off. They have CC, they'll heal, and they have shields. I'm like, I probably can't even kill him through that stuff, so might as well just back off, get my bread, and hope for another gank. As you can see, I'm building gold per 5 items, and I have a no magic mantle. That's for an Aegis. I'm going full on mid-tier gear for her. Alright, so I'm hanging about hoping to get somebody with my ult, to do a direct gank. However, it seems Riven was waiting to do an ambush gank on the bushes. So I go in to intercept, and Kassadin shows up out of nowhere. So I immediately ult right in front of me, point blank range, to get both Riven and Kassadin, and keep him locked just so my teammates don't die. And we almost kill Kassadin, but he's going to manage to escape because he's Kassadin, and I get pinned to a wall. The heals from Soraka keep me alive enough to flash away, and Bane gets picked off dead. That's beautiful. Riven goes on a frenzy, and our Vladimir showing up just to take the cheese kill. But that tells me one thing. They have a ward. They saw him coming, but they didn't have a ward in the bush or anywhere around there, based on how they moved. So easy dragon for us. Like that was a nice turnaround for my team. Now I'll tell you what kind of build I'm going for. If you see her health, it's freaking huge. Like, her health is freaking huge. So I'm like, she's got natural high health, and like I even decide to take on Kassadin to see how much punishment I can take, to see if I'm a sponge. She could take quite a bit of punishment, and I don't have that much of an MR yet. So I'm figuring it out that I should buy a bunch of mid-tier items to take advantage of this high health and get a mixture of stats that will enable me to do a lot of things. See what works, and see, if she just needs a lot more, Gusto stats. I don't picture her ever doing any damage since her AP ratios are awful, and obviously, like, she's got no attack damage steroids. What the hell is she gonna do? So now that I have a Kindle Gem and an Aegis, I have even more health. I'm not afraid of this Kassadin. In fact, I'm like punching him in the face. It's like he's actually trying to fight me, but he's realizing, holy crap, she takes a beating. And like, I don't deal any damage to him, but in the long run he's gonna suffer more because I'm the jungler. I'll just go away and he has to stay in lane and farm, and he'd rather not deal with that. So like, she's becoming a sponge. So my next item is Spirit Visage. Now I know it's a healing buffing item, but oh well, I'll explain after this. I ult Riven, like it was a bad ultimate. Got her, but not enough to just lock her down. I ping for my Vladimir teammate to just flee. I know Kassadin is going to show up, and of course he shows up, but Vladimir for some reason decides to turn around and go die. Meanwhile, Nidalee just showed me that she has no ward, and I go in to get an easy kill. Vladimir just dies. I was like, the hell was that? Okay, but we get a tower, so yeah. Right, Visage, I know it has some healing buff thing, but I think it's still one of the most underrated items, and I used it when it was secretly overpowered and then nerfed, but it was still really good. It's like, it gives you a multitude of stats. Like, what's so bad about that? Right, now I have to explain another thing before I go back to that. Nidalee, obviously overextended. Like, she's just, slowed down, she can't escape. She's gonna try to escape anyways. Gets ulted, just CC locked. She's dead, just slow locked, I mean. Anyways, I buy Visage, I buy a ward, and I buy mercury threads. I have a chunk of resistances for a relatively low cost, and you can see my health is pretty fucking high. I love that. Like, I'm really digging Alright, I guess to try to bait us into it, Cassidy just explodes, and it's like, I'm not receiving any damage, and I got this Riven locked down. Like, there's no escape for her, and Graves flashes to steal the kill, I think. I mean, that was totally not necessary, but okay. So we get another free dragon. Vladimir flashes over the wall to do something, because he's got CC. And yeah, my next item is Giant's Belt, by the way. I actually didn't even know what I would build next. Oh no, wait, Shirelli's Reverie and Giant's Belt. I don't know what I was planning on building next. I figured Randu and Zoman, but the rate that I'm getting the blues, I wouldn't need the cooldown reduction. So here's you can see is Cassidy is actually gonna get a little too like I'm getting aggressive on Cassidy. It's like I can kill him, I know it. Well, I can't kill him. I'll just beat him up to a fucking pulp, and he can't do anything about it. So he tries to run to Nidalee, but he doesn't notice the Renekton's going there. So we almost burst him down. Well, not burst him down, kill him. And, you know, being Cassidy, he obviously escapes. So, yeah, close kill. Anyways, if you look at the items I have, they give me just assortment of stats. And I figure her health is amazing. Her purpose is not to deal damage, but to enable your team to be awesome. So I'm like, why not just take something that gives you a multitude of, like, you know, cheap stats and you know, you don't need damage, you don't need AP. So it's like the tank items that give you any of that, like Rylai's, they ain't gonna help you that much, except maybe they're slow, which I don't think would matter that much, thanks to her permafrost. Yeah, I'm sort of rambling about the build. I don't even know how to put it into words. Let's just say I've been using this kind of build on other characters for a long time, such as Shannon, whatever, like support type tanks. I am a big fan of support type tanks. I figure their purpose is not to murder, but to enable. So buy something that gives them, you know, the biggest bang for their buck. So, Vayne, bottom. I want to see how much damage I can deal. She knocks me back, which, you know, is pretty bad a mistake. She should have waited until I pounced on her, so she might have still saved her flash. Renekton decides to pick a fight with some people where he gets initiated, I don't know. And, you know, they block us out from the jungle, so we try to meet up with them, and my ward finds, I planted a ward there a while ago, or I don't know if it's still mine. We get an easy cheap ward. Now it's kind of, you know, the whole Mexican standoff thing. Cassidy face checks a bush, and I just start pummeling at him. However, I feel I overcommitted. I'm like, ugh, when I used my ult, wait, this is a stupid idea. I can't kill him. My team is not even here. So that was a waste of my ult, and it was a mistake on my part. Another mistake is I didn't activate Shirelli's. I'm like, I activate Shirelli's by going back and giving it to my teammate, but like, at that point it doesn't really matter. I should have used it earlier. So that's another mistake on my part. Right now we're just taking hits. They're gonna get an easy dragon if we don't pick a fight. I mean, we don't try to stop them. However, we engage in the worst way. I decided to escape. This isn't the fight we can win, even if Renekton was here from the start. Even if we were full health, we don't have Vladimir. So I'm like, I don't want to fight this. But Renekton goes back in, so I have to see, you know, are they gonna focus Renekton? And yeah, they did. They killed him. We couldn't get anybody. So yeah, it was not a good idea to try to go back in. I could have died. Vladimir is, you know, is doing the whole solo queue thing of pretty much ignoring the team. So I try to see if I can sneak a smite in. So like, I have a Shirelli's and the flash and my Q to escape, but you know, they obviously keep me at bay. I'm at too low health to try to even risk it. So, and they killed the golem before I got in position to be able to smite it, because they didn't have a smite. I would have been able to secure my own blue. Anyways, Sona, you know, was trying to kill our ward and didn't notice that we were real close by, so easily picked her off. I shot my ultimate at her and then just destroyed her. Now, teamfight is occurring while Vladimir is in bottom lane again. Go figure. I'm obviously just trying to escape. I don't want to pick a fight. We'll die without the Vladimir. And for you know, obviously the rest of my team gets demolished. With their death, this means it's going to be a Baron. I'm like, please, at least one of you survive. We can defend Baron. But no, they're dead. So that means they're going straight for Baron, and I head my ass over there as quickly as I can. And I catch Vayne with her Baron buff. They got it barely. So it's like I feel a little, you know, miffed about that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because my team comp is still stronger. Alright then, so I was just hoping to try to flank them from the side, and Renekton decides to initiate from the front, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be bad. But no, it turns out to, you know, be the right thing. I mean, Italy was bottom, but I didn't expect, you know, them to die so easily, so I guess Vladimir's, you know, farm helped them out. So Sona dies, and I miss my Q, but we're easily gonna get this Riven. Just, you know, the amount of slows and my movement speed would catch up to her, and she's dropped. Back over there, there's Kassadin and Italy fighting the rest of my team. They can't kill the goddamn Soraka. Kassadin's gonna escape, and I'm not even gonna bother chasing him. I mean, we could probably chase Italy, but we just try. I mean, but she decides to turn around and try to get a cheese kill on Graves, so we just kill her. And look at this. I save Permafrost for when I think she's gonna go over the wall. So when she does that, we have a better chance of catching her, and there's no reason to use it immediately. I mean, the damage I deal is minuscule compared to my teammates, but the permafrost effect is awesome. So I might as well use that for the chasing. And here, I'm an enabler. Like, my life is forfeit. I might as well just, you know, sacrifice myself for the betterment of the team. So I jump right in, just to start up any fight, start up any gank. I'll take the majority of the hits and come out alive. That's what I'm liking about Sejuani so far. She's a sponge. Like, she doesn't kill things. She's an enabler. I like that kind of stuff. I miss Shen. I miss support like type tanks. Every tank that's come out thus far has, like, you know, has been, you know, like, can't jungle. I mean, that can jungle. Has been a murder machine. Like, I really like Leona too, but she can't jungle as well as anybody. So, like Sejuani is a, you know, very fresh thing. I like this kind of gameplay. Anyways, this is the final team fight, right? Ignore the Sunfire Cape because that was more kind of like a vanity choice. Anyways, they're clumped up, they're scattered. I will hit people if I flash in with my ult. So, and I managed to nail 3. Boom, directly on top of Vayne, so she gets stunned for a long time, and instantly just, I mean, we instantly just start wiping out their team. I wait to use my Shirelias until we're chasing, so we can catch, you know, Nidalee or Kassadin, one of those two who try to escape. So with those deaths, of course this game is over. We take out the turrets, we activate, you know, our attack speed times 1 billion and take it out, and GG.